Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Nice, nice. Kishore, Kishore, Kripa. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Govind. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Premanande, Jai Om Vishnupad Parasvaricharya Sut Sat His Divine Grace Abhay Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupad Parasvaricharya Sut Sat Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Sarva Thakur Maharaj Ki Jai Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय मायापुर धाम की जय चंद्रोदय मंदिर की जय श्रीमद् भागवत पुराण की जय समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय all glories to the assembled duties all glories to the assembled duties all glories to the assembled duties all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada की जय Srila Jagannath Das Baba Ji ki jai, Rasikanand Prabhu ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 71, verse 37 and 38. The Lord travels to Indraprastha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiret Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Sloki Bhakti Bhavati Neshtaki. Antapura Janai Prito Antapura Janai Pritya Mukunda Fula Lochana Mukunda Fula Lochana Sasambrahir Apyupeta Sasambrahir Apyupeta Pravishyat Rajo Mandiram Pravishyat Raja Mandiram Antapura Janai Pritya Antapura Janai Pritya Mukunda Fulalochane Mukunda Fulalochane Sasam Brahmaher Abhyupeta Sasam Brahmaher Abhyupeta Pravishyat Rajamandiram Pravishyat Rajamandiram. Hare Krishna. Antapura Janai Pritya Mukunda Phale Lochane Sasam Ramer Abhyupeta Pravishat Rajamandiram. Antapura Janai Pritya Mukunda Phalalochane सा सम्भ्रमैरभ्युपेताम् प्रविशत् राजमन्दिरम्. Hare Krishna. Translation. Word to word meaning. Antapura of the imperial precinct, Janai by the people, Pritya lovingly, Mukunda Lord Krishna, Phulam blossoming, Lochane whose eyes, Sasambrama in a flurry, Abhyupeta approach with greetings, Pravishat he entered, Raja royal, Mandiram the palace. Translation. With wide open eyes, the members of the royal household came forward in a flurry to lovingly greet Lord Mukunda, and thus the Lord entered the royal palace. Pritas Vilokya, verse 38. Pritya Vilokya Bhrateyam Krishnam Tribhavana Ishwaram प्रीत आत्मा उथे प्रयंकत सास्नुषु परिसस्यते. When Queen Pritha saw her nephew Krishna, the master of the three worlds, her heart became filled with love. Rising from her couch with her daughter-in-law, she embraced the Lord. ज्ञानतिमृन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सवधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदासहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपीश गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते. तप्तकाञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So here the title is Lord Travels to Indraprastha. So this is a description about how, under the instruction of Narad Muni appeared in the palace of Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna greeted Narad Muni. Narad Muni glorified Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna asked the welfare of the Pandavas, and Narad Muni told about how Yudhishthira Maharaj wanted to perform a Rajyasriya sacrifice, and he wanted, as a king, to prove uh, he has to conquer in all direction, and he has to kill Jarasandha. So Lord Krishna inquired from Uddhava what is best, whether killing Jarasandha first or attaining the Rajasuya sacrifice. So Lord Krishna asked Uddhava. So Uddhava knew the heart of Lord Krishna and told that your two purpose will be fulfilled. First, you will be killing Jasanda and you will be releasing the kings who were arrested by Jasanda, and this will bring all auspiciousness, all benefit. And the second purpose, yeah, Yudhishthira Maharaj want to perform the Rajasri sacrifice, which is the king of all sacrifice, and this will bring your glories, and all the great sages, demigods will be there, and they from all heavenly planets and higher planets they will glorify you. So Lord Krishna, on the advice of Uddhava, he began to proceed towards Indraprastha along with his wives. So they traveled, and other family members, they traveled on bullock carts, and different animals were loading, different very nice, and a lot of the queues decorated themselves very nicely with ornaments and dressed nice clothes. Approached Lord Krishna. I approached Yudhishthira Maharaj, and Yudhishthira Maharaj lovingly was very pleased on seeing Lord Krishna. So he says, with wide open eyes, the members of the royal household came forward in a flurry to lovingly greet Lord Mukunda, and thus Lord entered the royal palace. When Kyun Prita saw her nephew Krishna, the master of three worlds, her heart became filled with love. Rising from her couch with her daughter-in-law, she embraced the Lord. Kyun Kunti's daughter-in-law is a famous Draupadi. So here it says, all the members of the royal came forward and loving Lord Mukunda, and Lord entered the royal palace. So this is a description between the Lord and his devotees, how the loving reciprocation between the Lord and his devotee, and how Draupadi was very pleased, her heart filled with love. So she mentally embraced Lord Sri Krishna in her heart. Hare Krishna. The word love is used most in this material world. Very few people understand the meaning of love. Some love lasts for a few days, some lasts for lifelong, and some love lasts for forever. But whatever love we see in this material world is a perverted reflection from the spiritual world. So real love is with Krishna. Mostly people will aspire for the third one, because whatever love is on the bodily basis, and body love is temporary. So that the third, which is eternal, we won't find this material world. Everybody's then this love is within everyone's heart. Every living entity is a part and parcel of Krishna. He wants to get out of this material entanglement, and from he want to go beyond this material universe, and to the spiritual world. That's the living entities. And how it's possible? By engaging in devotional service, by hearing and glorifying Krishna. Like when Ramchandra, so the king, so not Ramchandra, Ramanand Rai, and the description of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there was nice interaction. He was asking different ways to approach Lord Krishna. What will be pleased? Like Lord, he gave different examples: household life, vanaprastha life, like that, different examples. And finally, he came to the conclusion: being humility, being very humble, that will please the Lord. Like that. That's the essence. To be very humble in all situation, because Krishna conscious preaching is not so easy. As we go on preaching Krishna consciousness, there will be many obstacles in the path of spiritual life. We can see from the teachings of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur how he faced many obstacles. So when there will be obstacles, then naturally the preaching is successful. You have to understand. Otherwise, it's just simple going, nothing is happening. So that's when Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he told that the Gaudiya Math, there will be a fire, Agun Hobe. They will fight among themselves uh, for this material things like that. Srila Prabhupada also in the preaching mission, he asked forgiveness in his final days of life like that. But Srila Prabhupada was a householder, and Prabhupada, he said, you stay and preach Krishna consciousness and you will be successful. And Srila Prabhupada took these instructions. He preached this message in the Western world. So we can see Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur at that time, the Brahmanas, Smarta Brahmanas were obstructing, and there were many obstacles to his life. Preaching means risking one's life like that. It's not so easy when we think preaching is so easy. Preaching, when we try to preach, there will be many envious people, there will be many obstacles as preaching expands like that. But the mind should be engaged in Krishna, very uh, thinking of Krishna, thinking, feeling, and willing. So then these obstacles will be overcome. To be thinking, feeling, willing. Our thinking, feeling should be turned to spiritual activities. In that way, we can overcome these material obstacles in the path of devotions. Because material world, the three miseries of life is always there: body, mind, climate, and other living entities. Nobody is free from this. So this knowledge is coming from a parampara. Today we have this Rasikanand and Jagannath Das Babaji Disciplines Day. Yesterday it was. So they are great personalities. They all showed how one should be attached to Vrindavan. One should always think of Vrindavan. This Goswamis, they were always thinking of Vrindavan. Jagannath Das Babaji, at the age of 142, he discovered this place of Mayapur, where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birthplace. Jagannath Das Babaji felt very ecstatic in 142. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was carrying in his basket like that. And he felt ecstatic at the age of he saw Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birthplace. Uh, Jagannath Babaji, they were all they were followers of Rupa Nuga. He taught the teachings of Rupa Nuga like that. So wonderful, the great souls coming from the disciplic succession like Krishna, Brahma, Narad, Vyasdev, Madhavacharya. We belong to Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, Vaishnava Sampradaya, coming from Krishna. So that knowledge, when handed from hand to hand, is a bona fide source like that. So all this Goswamis, this knowledge from Parampara. But as Kali Yuga, even the Parampara will be tried to be broken like that. Hare Krishna. This Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. Nothing is good here. Good and bad is based on a repeated cycle of old age, disease, birth, like that. So nothing good in this material world. That's only one good. That's devotional service. Anything, activities, even karma in jnana is tinged with material contamination because the soul is pure. Like suppose one person is doing business, then he will be, the inclination will be there. That's contamination. But actually one has to come to the soul platform. That means anya bilashita sunyam. One should perform pure devotional service like that. So this beautiful, this pastimes with wide open eyes, the members of the royal hostel came forward in a flurry, lovingly greet Lord Mukunda, and thus Lord entered the royal place. When Kyunpita saw her nephew Krishna, the master of the three worlds, her heart became filled with love. Rising for her coach within daughter-in-law, she embraced the Lord. So anything one does perform devotional service, any activities, he should perform with love. That's a key. Like here, seeing the Lord, Draupadi became her heart filled with love. So that's in devotion. Bhaktya mam avijanati. Only by bhakti one can please the Lord, not by any other process. Karma jnana is a step to moving towards bhakti. But actually, The essence is bhakti. Anything we do in devotion, that's what the teachings are. That like from this we can learn bhakti ama. So this is wonderful. Like it says here, the invisible king Jason is strong as 10,000 elephants. Indeed, other powerful warriors cannot defeat him. Only Bhima is equal to him in strength. So this Uddhava is understanding the Lord's desire. He is saying that only Jasanda is strong as 10,000 elephants. Other powerful cannot defeat him. Only Bhima is equal to him in strength. He will be defeated in a match of single chariots, not when he is with 100 military divisions. Now Jasanda is so devoted to Brahminic culture that he never refuses requests from Brahmanas. So the Brahmanas are very dear to the Lord. Namo Brahmane Devaya Go Brahmanitaya. Cows, the Brahmanas, because Brahmanas preach the message of God. Boldly they preach. He says, Sacha bole to mare lata. If you speak the truth, people will come with stick. Don't, you're speaking the truth. So preaching is not so easy. Hare Krishna. Bhima should go to him, dispute as a Brahmana and beg charity. Thus he will obtain single combat with Jasanda. In your presence, Bhima will no doubt kill him. So, because Jasanda is very charitable, he wants to give charity to the Brahmanas. Then he's like a demon, like that. But he had one thing. So, whatever in Bhagavad Gita it says that like the cloud, there is a silver lining. Any activities, like any fire, there is a smoke. So nothing in this material world, whatever activities we do, is not perfect. Like there will be some fault in that. So even Brahma and Lord Shiva act only as instruments in cosmic creation and annihilation, which are ultimately done by you, the Supreme Lord, in your invisible aspect of time. So whatever this creation is, Brahma, Shiva, they are also doing under the direction of Lord Krishna. So we had Shivratri also. Shiva means all auspicious, the name Shiva. Shiva is Rudra, and like that. Like the example given Vishnu, like the milk and the curd. There's no difference in Lord Shiva. He's like milk and curd. When milk turns to curd yogurt, so Shiva takes in charge of mode of ignorance. So we glorify Lord Shiva. We pray to Lord Shiva for devotion to Krishna. Even Lord Shiva says to Parvati, so anyone who takes shelter of Krishna is not ordinary thing. It's not an ordinary thing. So we come into Krishna consciousness and Srila Prabhupada's and all this disciplic succession blessings. It's a great gift for us, Krishna consciousness. But how much seriously, how much sincerely we take to Krishna consciousness, how much we dedicate our life to Krishna, how much we surrender to Krishna, with no personal motive, only just activities performed for the pleasure of the Lord. Preach the message of Krishna consciousness widely, worldwide, all over the world. This is the greatest benediction. This is the greatest welfare activities. And Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita, one who preaches this message to others is very dear to me, Lord Krishna. Not only preaching, but application of that teachings of Krishna. That's what. So we learn from these teachings each page, like how the Brahmanas are very dear to the Lord, how Uddhava understood the heart of the Lord. In this chapter, we can give many things like that. Charity purifies. One should not give up these things. Yagya, dana, and tapasya. Charity, sacrifice, and austerity. Yagya, dana, tapasya. Yagya, dana, tapasya. Charity purifies great souls also like that. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, if with love offers fruit, flower, and even a water, tulsi, he accepts it. So worshipping the Lord, especially addressing the Lord, is very one of the most important in the deity worship. Every house we can make, invite the Lord and follow it strictly, this worship of the Lord and chanting of Hare Krishna, especially in this age of chanting of the holy name Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare is a powerful Maha Mantra for this age of Kali Yuga, like that. So, and especially this worshipping the deities of the Lord with love, especially dressing the deities, that's the most one of the important part in deity worship. There's also arati, we do arati of the Lord, is, and then we offer to the Lord nice foodstuffs according to our capacity or opulence. We can dress the deities very nicely. It said you offer a gold thread to Lord or a silver thread to the Lord, Brahmanical thread, then you be very expert in Vedanta knowledge of the scriptures, offering a Brahmanical silken thread to the Lord or a golden thread to the Lord. Hare Krishna. Yes. So this very benefit, this especially in the deity worship, uh, with sandalwood paste, sandal this this tree is coming from a sandalwood tree, that paste and water, tulsi, Ganges water, and dress the deity with nice ornaments, with nice perfume, nice oil. And in this way, one can develop love for Krishna. This is one of the most important part in deity worship. That every householder can do this service and offer to the Lord, keeping a special separate plate, not to mix with our plates, clean it for that Lord's paraphernalia. We keep a separate cleaning stuffs and separate, not mixed with our personal what we eat, and offer it to the love with love and devotion, water, flower, and dress the deities very nicely. In this way, we will be satisfied, and you will be, elevate your consciousness, and you will be fixed in Krishna service. As a, like that, very beautiful. Similarly, here, how the members of the Pandus, the Pandavas, they all became joyful on seeing Krishna, and how they welcome Lord Krishna. This is particular. This in their void, in their homes of godly wives, the imprisoned sing of your noble deeds, about how you will kill their husband's enemy and deliver. The gopis also sing your glories. How you killed the enemy of the elephant king Gajendra, the enemy of Sita, daughter of Janaka, enemies of your parents as well. So also do the sages who have obtained your shelter glorify you as do we ourselves. So, uh, Uddhava is saying this, the imprisoned kings, they are singing, their wives are glorifying Lord Krishna, and how they will kill, how Krishna will kill their husband's enemy, that means Jasanda. And the gopis also sing your glories. The gopis were always absorbed in Krishna. When Krishna used to go play his flute, they were all attracted to Krishna. Krishna's flute was very attractive. They used to give up their household activities, everything. Somebody was cooking for the law, for the children, or someone was taking care of their husband, and they would give up all their this, and they were simply absorbed in Krishna. Their whole day, 24/7, was Krishna. They were always absorbed in. The gopis also sing your glories, everything. Krishna goes to the forest, comes from the forest, and they were so simply. So that's how Krishna conscious. How can we can remember Krishna? So first is the king's wife. They were glorifying Lord Krishna, and then the gopis are glorifying Krishna. How you killed the elephant king Gajendra, the enemy of Sita, daughter of Janaka, and the enemies of your own parents as well. So also do the sages who have obtained your shelter glorify you as do we ourselves. So these are two most important things in any process of spiritual Shravanam, Kirtanam. We follow one or all nine, or hearing chanting. So this particularly hearing is very important. Submissive hearing, like we heard, like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and interaction with Ramanand Rai. Ramanand Rai was saying, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was hearing, Lord Krishna is taking the becoming humble position of a driver to Lord to Arjuna. Lord Krishna is taking the he's driving the chariot in the Kurukshetra battlefield. So this wonderful dealings of Lord and his devotees we can learn from this. Very nice, glorifying how in a humble attitude one should hear about Krishna, one should glorify Krishna. This is very important in a spiritual life. Without hearing about Krishna, we cannot progress in Krishna consciousness. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Yes, and we can get this knowledge, we can apply this in our life. Like in this teachings, how Krishna turned to Uddhava and Uddhava told how Bhima can kill, and how Uddhava, how Jasanda is very powerful, but he has one quality that he gives charity to the Brahmanas, and Uddhava is glorifying Brahma. Lord Krishna is telling how they also are an instrument, and Bhima also will be an instrument to kill Jasanda. And the other one was how the kings were glorifying the noble deeds, kings' wives or noble deeds of Krishna. The gopis also were absorbed in Krishna, and how you kill the king, elephant king, the enemy of elephant king Gajendra, the enemy of Sita, daughter of Janaka, enemies of your parents as well. So even the sages also glorify. In the place Naimisharanya, all the great sages assembled to perform a sacrifice for 10,000 years. They also glorified Krishna. Parikshit Maharaj also heard from Sukadev Goswami very attentively what one person should do in the end of life. So, how what we practice in whole life is the real test at the end of life. O Krishna, killing of Jasanda, which is certainly the action of his past sins, will bring immense benefit. Indeed, it will make possible the sacrificial ceremony you desire. Yada yada hi dharmasya. Krishna comes to kill the demons and to protect the devotees. The killing is certainly reaction. Killing of Jason, which is certainly reaction of his past sins, which will bring immense benefit. Indeed, it will make possible sacrifice you desire. Hare Krishna. Sukadeva Goswami said, O King Devrishi Narada, the Yadu elders and Lord Krishna all welcome Uddhava's proposal, which was entirely auspicious and infallible. So everybody appreciated Uddhava's nice. So this chapter we can see how this reciprocation of Lord and his devotees. Because the Lord is there, the devotee is there. Devotee is there, Lord is there. Otherwise, if the temple is empty, devotee is not there. And that also we need selfless devotees like that. Then the life temple becomes more life like that. Srila Prabhupada says, karma, yes. If you can, there are many professional singers in India. They play nice music, kirtan, and this, but that chanting won't be effective. Um, that will be a problem like that. One should aspire for pure devotional service, for the pleasing, for the service of Lord like that. That one should accept four classes of people come to Krishna. One who seek of knowledge, that is the best over that. One seeking of wealth, or one who is in a distressed condition, they all come to Krishna, but somehow they come to Krishna, like we heard Shiva. And if anyone takes shelter of Krishna, his glory is like that. So dedicating one's life to Krishna, glorifying Krishna, and developing love for Krishna. I mean, charitable and the reciprocation among the devotees should be very pleasing. That or whatever we do for the pleasure of Krishna, we say. The Almighty Personal Godhead, Son of Devaki, begged his pupils and permission to leave. Then he ordered his servants headed by Darukha and Jaitra to prepare for departure. O slayers of enemies, after he had arranged for the departure of his wife, children, and baggage, and taken leave of Lord Chaitanya, King Ugrasena, Lord Krishna mounted his chariot which had been brought by his driver. It flew a flag marked with the emblem of Garuda. So this chariot, there was an emblem of Garuda. So this, even in Kurukshetra, Arjuna's chariot was the emblem of Hanuman. So this victory, wherever Krishna is there, his devotee is there. And wherever Krishna, all opulence, all victory is there. See here we see in which he arranged for the departed wives, children, and vaticanly of the mounted chariot which had brought at Pesdava. It flew a flag marked with the emblem of Garuda. Garuda is the carrier of Lord Vishnu. As the vibration resounding from mridangas, berries, kettle drums, conch shells, and gomukas filled the sky in all directions. Lord set out on his journey. He was accompanied by the chief officer of his corps of chariots, elephants, infantry, and cavalry, surrounded all sides by his fierce personal guard. See that? So his fierce personal guard was surrounded all sides. The vibrations of mridangas, kettle drums, conch shells, gomukas filled the sky in all directions. These are all auspicious, welcoming Lord Krishna. And Lord Krishna began for his journey. Lord Achyuta's faithful wives, along with their children, followed any qualification we have, we can use in Krishna's service because every living entity is a part and parcel of Krishna that can be utilized in the service of Krishna. On all sides, finely adorned women attendants the royal household as well as courtesans. They rode on palanquins and camels, bulls and buffalo, donkeys, mules, bullock carts, and elephants. Their conveyance were fully loaded with grass tents, blankets, clothes, and other items for the trip. The Lord's army boasted royal umbrellas, chamara, fan in huge flagpoles, and waving banners. During the day, the sun's rays reflected high, brightly from the soldiers' fine weapons, jewelry, elements, and armor. Thus, Lord Krishna's army, noisy with shouts and clatter, appeared like an ocean sting with agitated waves and teemingly fish. Hare Krishna. Very nice, all nice paraphernalias, umbrellas, we can see in the picture of Lord Krishna, how Krishna, when he's going to Dwarka, especially Krishna's instruction in Bhagavad Gita. It's a question answer. There's very religious philosophical dialogues between. So one should enter this Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam 10th canto, especially how Lord Krishna, how one can lead his human life and become perfect by hearing about this Lord Krishna's daily activities, and then enter into Vraja. That's the third topmost Madhurya Bhav. That's Hare Krishna. Then he can enter to Vrindavan. So Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, these pastimes of Lord Krishna's, how he performed his daily activities, all is we can learn from this canto 10th. Hare Krishna, this particular 71, 72. So boasted royal Chamraj. So we see in this Harinam also we take these uh, flags with different symbols of tilak, chamra, like that, different signs like conch, all auspicious. Similarly here, Krishna's chariots, all they were decorated with this different. Honored by Sri Krishna, the chief of Yadus, Narad Muni bowed down to the Lord. All of Narada's senses were satisfied by his meeting with Lord Krishna. Thus, having heard the direction of the Lord and having been worshipped by him, Narada placed him firmly within his heart and departed through the sky. So um, this this exalted devotees of the Lord, how they are offering respect to the Lord, humbly bowing down to the Lord with love and devotion. So this is one nice reciprocation between devotees. We reciprocate, like we sit on the Vyasasana or we offer obeisances to the Bhagavatam, to the super soul within everyone's heart. Because the Lord is within everyone's heart, seeing Krishna, not only in the deity, but in seeing in all living entities, everybody's part and parcel of Krishna. The reciprocation of Lord and devotees, that makes life in devotional service. The reciprocation between devotees are very nice. It becomes very sweet. Devotional service becomes susukam, very pleasing. If there is east, west, north, south, then there's only. Honored by Sri Krishna, the chief of Yadus, Narada bowed down to the Lord. All of Narada's senses were satisfied with meeting with Lord Krishna. Thus, having heard the decision of the Lord and having been worshipped by him, Narada placed him firmly within his heart and departed to the sky. So, Narad Muni firmly fixes Lord Krishna within his heart like that. Lord Krishna is there within everyone's heart as a super soul. As a soul, we are all part and parcel of Krishna. So, what the living entity wants, what is his strong desire, whether he wants Krishna or something else. He wants Krishna, he goes back to Krishna. He wants to um, in the modes of nature. Goodness, he can elevate. Passion, he can stay in this material world as a human being. Ignorance, he can go to the lower planets of other species of life like that. So, but human life is to elevate our consciousness to become consciousness. Narada placed him firmly within his heart and departed to the sky. Very nice teachings. This every chapter, every verse, there was lot of instructions are there. These teachings are so nice. Like previous chapter, we heard about Lord Krishna's activities, and then the messengers conveying their message, and then just and the kings are giving the example of fear and then surrendering to Krishna, and then glorifying Krishna. And in this chapter, we can hear about how Narad Muni is glorifying Krishna, and Krishna is glorifying Narada, and then Uddhava is telling how Jarasandha can be killed, and how they are going to Lord Krishna, Yudhishthira Maharaj to meet him in Indraprastha, and how Yudhishthira Maharaj is glorifying Krishna. With the pleasing words, Lord addressed the messenger by King, my dear messenger, I wish all good fortune to you. I shall arrange for the killing of King Manda. Do not fear. The address, yeah, actually, when one takes to Krishna consciousness, he doesn't not become fearful, because this material world is a place of fear. But one who has taken shelter of Krishna is fearless. He speaks the truth, and but if you speak the truth, people may not like it. Uh, uh, this what actually devotee is straightforward, very clear like that, and clearly lead the lost message into kings. Eager for freedom, they wanted expectantly for their meeting with Lord Krishna. As he traveled through the province of Ananta, Suvida, Marudachavina, Lord Hari crossed rivers and passed mountains, cities, villages, cow pasture, and quarries. Like Ram, that Kaushalya, Kaikai heard from Mandara. She told that Lord Ram will be enthroned as a king, but your son Bharata, Hare Krishna, Bharata, then he will be just like a menial servant, then he will lose his position. Just Kai heard from Mandara association. That's very important. What we hear, that's very important. How what sort of association we keep, that will have hearing and seeing. How what sort of sangat sanjayate, sangat how you sung. So this devotional services very, it's like slow, it's not, it's a gradual process. Slowly one has to be take to the sanskars of spiritual life, getting up early in the morning, chanting of the holy name, seeing the deities, hearing about Krishna. More we hear about Krishna, more we become enlivened, more we become purified. The holy name of the Lord, with determination we chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, with one concentration, with attention. It's very simplified in this age, the holy name of the Lord. These samskaras we have to practice this. This is for our benefit and for the benefit of everybody. This is real auspiciousness for in our life. We want to become successful. We should take. You want to material life is good, but material life will give you a knowledge, but spiritual life will give you the knowledge why to do, what to do. That's the difference with material life. Material life we eat, but what to eat and what sort of work we should do, and what sort of work will cause us bondage in this material, and what sort of work will free us from bondage, and what we have to perform devotional for the pleasure of Lord Krishna. Because material world is not a good place; it's a temporary place. We come according to our desires. We get a body. Therefore, we see each person is an individual soul within that body. Everybody's future is different from another person. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So these sanskaras of worshipping the Lord, offering obeisance to the Lord, chanting the holy name of the Lord, we have to develop this sanskaras. This is very, then we will in our life will be always beneficial. Our life will become purified. Our consciousness will be purified, because material world is full of contamination, lust, greed, anger, envy. The more we are absorbed in this, our life will go degrade more and more, become implicated by the laws of material nature. And we can see in all over the world it's happening. Everything, human society is going downwards. People are being far away from God consciousness. They're becoming more absorbed in matter, materialistic way of life. They want to derive some happiness from materialists, but they become more and more entangled. But as souls, we are pure spirit souls, and the soul cannot be satisfied with any number of material. The material is not bad, but it can use everything in the service of the Lord, and that can elevate our consciousness, everything, our body, our mind, our words. So it's in this age, the holy name of the Lord is very powerful, and we can stay anywhere and everywhere. Because Satyuga, the process was different. The people had many year span of life. They would used to perform tapasya, meditation. Treta Yuga, sacrifice, fire and Kali Yuga, the holy name of the Lord. Dwapar Yuga, temple worship. We can see temples, churches, but uh, not interested in this. Kali Yuga is holy name of the Lord is most. As he traveled to the province of Anartha, Savira and Modi Shavina, Lord Hari crossed rivers and passed mountains, city, villages, cow pastures and caught ferries. After crossing the rivers Drishtava Saraswati, passed through Panchala and Matsya, and finally came to Indraprastha. So we can see this. Lord Krishna is touching water early in the morning, gets up, and he remembers he is meditating. So this river flowing water is very pure, and especially the Ganges water is pure like that. So all these rivers Krishna is crossing over, and the mountains. When we can see in India, this all these holy places, Ganges, Yamuna, one should visit these holy places. One should have attachment to these holy places. And songs and musical instrument, or one should be always absorbed in meditation of Vrindavan like that, glorifying Krishna. Songs and music resounded with loud vibration. Vedic hymns. The king went forth with great reverence to meet Lord Hishika, as senses go forth to meet the consciousness of life. So this Vedic hymns, the Brahmanas, they are Vedic reciting the Vedic mantras when Lord Krishna is saying this is my residence of goddess. As soon as the king in this embraced him, king became free from all contamination of material existence. Himself felt trance bliss, merged an ocean of happiness. There were tears in his eyes, and his body shook due to ecstasy. He completely forgot that he was living in the material world. Hare Krishna. This form of Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's the residence of goddess fortune. King you just embraced him, the king became free of all contamination. So one should meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord. One has to become free from material contamination, because this material contamination in this world is very strong. Uh, we may think we are not, but this contamination is very strong, deep rooted, because many lives, millions of lives, we engage in materialistic lives. So, in order to become purified, one has to engage in devotional service. Bhakti Amamani Janti. Hare Krishna. So, this very few more that we go past times of. So, yeah. So, let's love how we can develop it. My devotee should then lovingly decorate me with clothing of Brahmana thread, various ornaments, marks of tilaka, and garlands. He should anoint my body with fragrant oils, all in the prescribed manner. So, when we dress the deities, that's one of the important points in devotional. Decorate with the clothing. This nice clothing should be offered to the Lord, a Brahmana thread, and various ornaments. So this is like really Krishna in Dwarka Leela, he was living very opulent like a king. That's how human life we can live in opulence. In like wherever temples of Krishna is there, Lakshmi and belongs to Narayan. Narayan, it's not only not you worship Narayan, you worship Narayan with Lakshmi. That wherever Narayan is there, Lakshmi is there. Or you want Sita but don't want Ram. That's just like Ravan mentality. Uh, we have to keep both together and worship the Lord like that. So we are then it will then all good, all auspicious will come. My devotee should then lovingly decorate with me with clothing, a Brahmana thread, various ornaments, marks of tilaka and garlands, and he should anoint my body with fragrant oils all in the place. So this sandalwood paste, nice fragrance, incense, lamps, and nice dress and nice ornaments, we can decorate the Lord. Says this will please the Lord. Lord Sri Vishnu's instruction to Amrish Maharaj in the Vishnu. Absorbing your mind completely in the deity, you should give up all other shelter and consider deity your intimate well-wisher. So this instruction, Vishnu to Amrish Maharaj. Maharaj Amrish engaged all his senses in the service of Krishna. Eyes seeing the beautiful form of the Lord, ears hearing over the Lord, temple legs going to the temple of the Lord, hands cleaning the temple of the Lord like that. Sin all tongue tasting the remnants of the Lord, the tulsi flower, smelling the flower. In this way, all our senses can be absorbed in engaged because Krishna's name is Rishikesha, is master of all the senses. Our senses can be controlled only by engaging in devotional service, by doing all these activities like that. Chanting the holy name of the Lord in tongue, ears hearing about the Lord. Otherwise, the senses are just like unbridled horses or like a turtle. Turtle is intelligent. It controls his senses. If the senses are left loose, lust is the greatest enemy of the living entity, which covers the soul's real knowledge like that. And when then lust comes, people have to become very satisfied. Then they have to work whole day. And what's the happiness like that? Because the senses are not controlled. We can see as time goes, the streets are becoming more congested, more congestion is there in the cities like that. But what's the end of the day? What is this? One has to eat, one has to sleep, one has to defend, one has to gratify senses. But the senses are not controlled, then people go all over like that. Because senses are just like, it says like now in this media there's so much things are there, Instagram, Twitter, and so much things. Everybody's addicted. This has become a part of life. If you eat in a gold plate, silver plate, mud plate, the taste is same. It won't change. But it says Bhagavad Gita, the senses, people are mad after sense gratification. uh, so just for this flickering happiness, they will engage in all sinful activities. Because Arjuna also asked this Krishna, what is the greatest enemy of the living entity? He says it is lust only, which covers the real knowledge of the living entity and binds him in this material world. So yeah, just here it says, Upana, observing your mind completely, you should give up all the shelter, consider my deity your intimate well-wisher. You should mentally worship him and meditate upon him while you walk, while you stand, while you sleep and eat. You should see the deity in front of you. Because this mind is always thinking something, either something temporary. That's when I said love in this world, what the word is used more, but very few understand what is actual love. Some love lasts lifelong, some lasts for few years, and some love lasts forever. But whatever we see is a perverted reflection in this material world. Actually, love is with Krishna, because we are part and parcel of God. We are all sons of Krishna, and we as souls, we are minute spirit soul within the body. The body is consist of senses, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, hands, legs. But we are not the hand, we are not the name, we are not the country, we are not the occupation. Uh, this because many lives you engage in this bodily conception is very strong, 99.9. But we are pure spirit souls like that. We can change our name, we can change our country, we can change our occupation, but that's a designation actually. So yeah, it says you should mentally worship him and meditate on him while you walk, while you stand, while you sleep and eat. You should see the deity in front of you, behind, above, and below on both sides. In this way, you should constantly remember my deity form. As as if people generally born, everybody, the parents, teachers in India especially, they even you go to school also, the mother parents teach what sanskar. You go to temple, whatever you Shiva, you offer milk, and then do parikrama around the temples, all places like that. So these sanskars are there. Like even our food, or turn off the light, or Lakshmi falls in the ground. In all ways, this consciousness given God conscious. Festivals like Deepavali, Ram Navami, Dasra, it was very performed very happily in every house, most of the householders in India. But slowly as Kali Yuga, it goes away all this, taken a pervert. Well, in this way, you should constantly, this is all remembering. In the goal, one who is enjoined to give the deity of the Lord a Brahmana thread, if possible, one made of gold. In the next state, if one offers Lord Govinda a yellow sacred thread containing 3 strands of silk, he'll become an expert in Vedanta. So, giving a gold thread to the Lord or a silver thread, he will become expert in Vedanta. Hare Krishna. Very nice. Anything we can offer a flower, fruit, water with love and devotion. Anybody can do. Worshipper should faithfully present me with water for washing my feet and mouth, fragrant oil, flowers, and unbroken grains, along with incense, lamp, and other offering. So beautiful science of Krishna consciousness. So I will go little quickly to the teachings of Rasikananda, how his life devoted. Rasikananda Murari. So these are great teachers in the life of disciplic succession. Yeah. Rasikanand Murari one, felt one of the most fortunate beings the day. On an auspicious day, Shamana initiated Rasika and his wife in Radha Krishna mantra. Rasikanand began to travel with his guru, during which time he became an intimate disciple. Shaman then bestowed upon him the service of Radha Govinda at Gopal Ballabha. Rasikan became totally engaged in the Lordship service, and the devotees are charmed by his excellent service. At Gopal Ballabha and other places, he began to seriously take up the preaching message of Sri Gaur Nityananda. By his influence, many atheists and non-believers were transferred into devotees of Sri Gaur Nityananda. So here is Shyamananda. Rasikananda's spiritual master was Shyamananda. He took a spiritual master. And then he became very fortunate then by this. Then he traveled all the holy places and he preached the message to all non-believers, atheists, all class of people, and he turned them to a great devotee of Gaunitai. So this is Rasikananda. And great devotee has the influence to in, invoke God consciousness within other living entities. Like Srila Prabhupada, he preached the message all over the world. Like a son is going away from his wealthy father, and he goes on a street and he begs, but somebody tells him, your father is a rich man, go back to him, then he will become happy again. Similarly, we also are wandering in this material life, life after life, in different species of life, and now we got this human life. It's the same eating, sleeping, differently gratifying, but human life we can elevate our consciousness, take to God consciousness, like that, awaken our dormant God consciousness. So this approaching a realized soul, self-realized soul, taking the knowledge from the scriptures of Bhagavad Gita as it is, and applying in our life, chanting the holy name of the Lord. One day he he converted a wild elephant which was sent for his destruction into his disciple, engaged him in the service of Krishna and the Vaishnavas. See, this is how when you become a preacher, even the envious people, the king sent him a wild elephant. Hare Krishna. That wicked miscreant who sent the elephant bowed at his feet when he realized his mistake. It is not possible to count the number of living entities we are extricated from this ocean of material existence by the synchronous association. He was always intoxicated with the chanting of the holy name. Who cannot but be overwhelmed by hearing about his uncommon activities? Many various kings and Jamidas, such as the kings of Mayurban named Vaidyanath, the king of Patashpur, known as Gajapati, king of Moina, take shelter at his lotus feet. What to speak of those pious and even the sinful Jamindar, Bhima, Subha, Ahmad, and wicked, all surrender themselves at his lotus feet. Another vicious violence tamed by Rasikananda's influence, and fourth was known as Gopala, later the truth. So this is two things in our life is very important. The blessings of great souls and blessings of Lord. This mercy is very important in our life. So Srila Prabhupada, he came to America at the age of 70 on his spiritual master's instruction, and he just chanted the Hare Krishna because his chanting of Hare Krishna was a pure representative of God, fully surrendered to Lord. It had the impact all over the world, and people took to Krishna consciousness. And now in India, it's growing like that. Krishna consciousness. So this is the power of a great personality. Because we are rotting in this world, repeatedly going in the cycle of birth, old age, disease. It's always front of us. It's fearful. Nothing is fear because we are souls. Soul never, the body changes. It's just like a drowning dress. But we are souls, we are always young. So there's no fear of that. So when we understand from the scriptures, from the great personalities of the Lord, teaching from Bhagavad Gita, we understand the purpose of life. So what to do, why to do, that we can understand from these teachings. So we can hear this Rasikananda, how he turned into an elephant, he made it calm by his power. That's the power of a saintly person like that. All sinful activities can. So Jagannath Das Babaji. Jagannath Babaji, another great personality. He was visiting Navdeep, Srila Sridhar. He first met Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda's enthusiasm for preaching the holy name of Krishna. Srila Babaji was very happy and would stay at the house of Bhaktivinoda Thakur on Manikanta Street. Whenever he went to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, always eager to invite him to the house for prasadam. But Maharaj was very renounced and could only come occasionally. Jagannath Das Babaji's surname was Bihari. He was extremely strong and powerful in his old age. Babaji Maharaj could not walk. Bihari used to carry him in a basket on soldiers. So Maharaj could move from place to place. He was particularly enthusiastic in serving the Lord's devotee and performing kirtan. When you would hear a kirtan on himself, he engaged in kirtan. His body would extend himself outside the basket like a beautiful banyan tree, and you would everly shout, Nitai ki kam eneche. Or Nityananda, what a wonderful name you have brought. Oh Nitai, what a wonderful name you have given. So this great personality was very enthusiastic in serving the Lord's devotees, and he was very enthusiastic about hearing kirtan and glorifying kirtan. Okay, so if you hear the kirtan, his body would become very joyful in the age of 42 years. Hare Krishna. Any comments, any questions? Hare Krishna. And you would like to say something? Hare Krishna. Nice. Thank you for patiently hearing, tolerating. Nice. Uh, yeah, it's to hear also, it's austere like that. People are so much busy. Right? So much people are there, but you come to see Krishna. You sat, took your time to hear about Krishna. And many things we heard like that. How it's very important to be more our conscious, to be focused on the real thing in that way. Elevate our consciousness, purify ourselves. Okay. Yeah.
I just want to check, was when you were reading the section on Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj and his being carried in a basket, a comparison was being made to him rising like a banyan tree.
No, he was in the basket, but when he saw Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birthplace, he became very ecstatic and he was jumping like that. He was in very ecstatic mood.
Yes, and was the comparison being made to a banyan tree? Because you read something about a banyan tree in that description, so I was just wanting to check.
Not a banyan tree. I didn't. Huh? Means. Yeah, it's all Guru Parampara. Like when the spiritual master is pleased, the Lord is pleased like that. When we offer to the Lord, also we approach the spiritual master, and on his behalf, he offers to the Lord. Because anything we offer it to Lord to the medium of spiritual master. Krishna takes whatever we collect, millions of dollars, we offer it to Krishna. And like that, our body, our mind, our whole soul action, we have to do for the pleasure of Krishna. The spiritual master is the representative of God. Whatever you offer to the spiritual master, it goes to God. Just like the tax collector, he collects tax, but it goes to the government. The spiritual master does not take anything for himself. Whatever you give, that is carried to the Supreme Personal God. Like in our movement, we collect millions of dollars, but it goes to Krishna service, for constructing temple, for providing the devotees, for publishing books, for spreading this knowledge, not personal expenditure. The spiritual man must not be, but God is conscious. To God, He is also conscious. Hare Krishna. So it's very important being in a disciplic succession, taking to the instruction of spiritual like that. So nice process, Krishna conscious. Taking Lord is there, devotee is there, devotee is there, Lord is there. Hare Krishna. We need both mercy of a great soul, representative God, and the Lord in our life. Then our life should blossom. Krishna says, I'll give you protection from all sinful activities. We commit sins every step. While cooking, we commit sins. While walking, we commit sins. By verbally, we commit sins. By thoughts, we commit sins. Many things we do. But we take shelter of Krishna, we come free from sinful reaction. And in this age, the chanting of holy name of the Lord is a powerful method. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavad Puran ki jai, Srila Prabhupada